I watched an interview about a woman who used the power of delusion to manifest her winning $100 million lottery ticket. And the most interesting part is that she didn't win by chance or luck. She won because she believed she would so deeply that the universe had no choice but to align her with her vision. Years before her actual win, she made a clear decision that she wasn't going to wait for luck to strike. She wasn't going to sit around and wish for it to happen. She was going to make it happen. She took the power of delusion to the next level. Every day, she would visualize herself winning the lottery. She didn't just imagine the money, she imagined the exact moment, the feeling, the joy, and the certainty that this dream would come true. And she wouldn't obsessively buy a bunch of lottery tickets. She just bought a ticket when she felt like it. She saw that the lottery had reached $100 million, which was the exact amount she was manifesting. And she bought it, but she didn't win. And what stood out to me is when this happened to her, all she said to herself was, okay, not now, but it will happen. She didn't get discouraged. She stayed delusional about her success. She didn't give up on her dream. 2 years later, the lottery reached $100 million again. So she went out and bought another ticket, and this time it was her moment. She won the $100 million jackpot. But here's the real power of her story. It wasn't just about her. When she won, her first thought wasn't about living in luxury or getting everything she wanted. Her first thought was about her family, the people who had supported her, who had been there through thick and thin. She used that $100 million to help her loved ones set up college funds, pay off debts, and give back to the people who had helped her keep going. This wasn't just a personal victory. It was a victory for everyone who believed in her, even when the odds were against her. Her story should show you that the power of belief and delusion is real. It's not about being unrealistic. It's about having such a deep conviction in your vision that you act as if it's already a done deal. And even when it feels like nothing is happening, when the results aren't showing up right away, you keep going. You keep believing. Because in the end, it's only delusional until it works. Before we get into the rest of the video, I wanted to let y'all know that I personally sell hydrogen water bottles on Amazon. These bottles infuse regular water with hydrogen ions, which reduce inflammation in the body, improve brain function, and enhance your immune system. If you want to buy one and support me, the Amazon link is in my bio below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get right into the video. Your dreams are possible. Don't wait for the right moment or for everything to line up perfectly. Like how the woman manifested winning the lottery, you can manifest the life you want through the sheer power of belief. Stay delusional. Believe in the impossible and watch as the universe begins to match your energy, your faith, and your vision. You ever stop and think about how much of the stuff we really want in life seems impossible? We think about them and they feel so out of reach, but the thing is, the most successful people, the ones who changed the game, those people were all delusional too. It's only delusional until it works. Take a second and think about someone who's accomplished something big. Maybe Oprah or Steve Jobs. Think about how many people told them they were crazy. When they first started, people didn't believe in their vision. They were laughed at. They were probably considered unrealistic. But the difference is they didn't care. They kept going. They kept being delusional. And that's what got them to where they are now. They weren't waiting for permission. They didn't wait for the universe to give them a green light. They didn't wait for a perfect plan to fall into their laps. They just believed. Believed so strongly in their dream that they acted like it was already coming true. And one day, it did. So when you think about your dream, that thing you've been wanting to do forever, what's the first thing that comes up? Is it a feeling of excitement and belief, or is it doubt? But think about it. If the people who changed the world had listened to that voice of doubt, where would they be? They'd probably just be like everyone else, stuck in the same place, dreaming of doing big things, but never getting anywhere because they were too afraid of being seen as delusional. Being delusional isn't a bad thing. It's not about losing touch with reality. It's about choosing a reality that hasn't happened yet and acting like it's already on its way. It's believing in something bigger than what's in front of you. And the more you believe it, the more you become it. The reason people are successful is because they were delusional enough to think that they could achieve something huge, even when everyone around them said it was impossible. And the second they started acting on that belief, that delusion, things started changing. The universe had no choice but to start aligning with their energy. If you're not a little delusional, are you even really dreaming? Because big dreams require big delusions. The world doesn't need more people waiting for the perfect time to act. It doesn't need people playing it safe. It needs people who are so convinced of their success that they take action before everything makes sense. Because when you start acting like your dream is already a reality, you create a magnetic energy around it. You pull in people, ideas, and opportunities that help make it real. It's only delusional until it works. But the truth is, nobody remembers how delusional you were once you've succeeded. They'll only remember your success. If you wait until you have everything figured out, you're never going to start. If you wait for the perfect plan, it will never happen. You've got to start acting like your business is already thriving, even when your bank account looks like it's barely hanging on. Walk into every room like you have $10 million in your bank account, even if you have zero. That's what the delusional people do. They take that first step, even when it looks like the odds are against them. Because here's the secret: action fuels belief. The more action you take, the more you believe it's possible. And the more you believe it's possible, the more action you take. It's a cycle that propels you forward. You may have doubts, and that's normal. That's part of the process, but the key is you can't stop. The people who make it aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who fail, pick themselves up, and keep going. Because they're so delusional in their belief that they'll succeed, that failure just becomes part of the journey. Do you think people were telling Jeff Bezos in the early days that Amazon is going to be the world's biggest online marketplace? No, people probably weren't telling him that. He was probably being laughed at, just like everyone else who starts something big. But he did not stop. He kept acting like it was already happening. And that's what kept him going. Even when it felt like a total gamble, that's the power of being delusional. It's acting like your success is already yours. Because once you start acting like it's already yours, you start to do things that move you closer to it. You'll make connections, you'll take risks, you'll start taking chances that the more realistic people would never take. And that's how you get closer to your dreams. You don't wait for it to feel comfortable. You don't wait until everything lines up perfectly. You just go for it, even when you don't know how it's going to work out. You make it work out. You have to have the belief that everything you want is already coming to you. If you don't have that belief, you're constantly going to feel like you're waiting for something to fall into place before you can move. But if you can get to a place where you believe down to your core that your dream is already happening, whether it's the business, the career, the lifestyle, the relationships, you start to show up differently. Have the belief that everything you wanted was already on its way. Have the mindset that you don't want anything because you have everything you could possibly ever want. When you want, you give off the vibrations of desperation and lack. When you have the belief that you have everything, you give off the vibration of abundance. Belief on its own is a skill that you must practice every day. Nothing external can make you lose your belief if your internal dialogue is strong enough. If you're waiting until you're ready to start your dream, you're going to be waiting forever. That's not how success works. Success isn't a straight line. It's full of unexpected turns. You're going to mess up. You're going to face challenges. But if you keep going, if you keep showing up like your dream is already happening, you'll make it. Look at any successful person and you'll see someone who believed in themselves long before anyone else did. You'll see someone who acted as if their success was a given, even when the world told them they were crazy. And eventually, the world caught up with them because here's the truth, belief is magnetic. People want to be around people who believe in themselves. People want to support someone who is delusional enough to think that they can change the world. And when you show up like that, opportunities start appearing, people start offering help, doors start opening, and it's all because you've created this reality where your dream is possible. If you're not a little delusional, you're probably playing it too safe. And let's be honest, safe doesn't change the world. Safe doesn't create groundbreaking businesses. It doesn't lead to extraordinary lives. It leads to the same routines, the same patterns. If you want something big, something truly life-changing, you've got to believe in it before it happens. You've got to act like it's already happening. And just remember that it's only delusional until it happens. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you. And I hope you accomplish all your dreams. Please like, subscribe, and share so more people can acquire this free value I'm providing. Write a positive quote in the comments because someone out there might need to read it. Thank you.